Her scream echoed through the crowded hallway, and in that split second, time froze. The new girl stood there, her torn dress fluttering slightly from the draft of open lockers, eyes wide with disbelief and humiliation. Laughter filled the air like poison, echoing off the tiled walls. But what nobody expected, what no one could have imagined, was what would happen next. Because the quiet girl everyone thought was weak had been trained her entire life to never bow to cruelty. The story of that one moment, when the bullied became unstoppable, would shake the entire school forever. 2. When Emma Collins first stepped through the gates of Ridgeway High, she hoped this would finally be the school where she could disappear, blend in, and maybe make a few kind friends. She'd moved around too much because of her mom's job. Always the new girl, always the outsider. Her shy smile and soft voice made her an easy target for kids who smelled vulnerability like blood in water. She wore a plain blue dress that day, one her mom had mended at least twice. It wasn't stylish, but it was clean, neat and, most importantly, hers. She clutched her books tightly as she walked through the buzzing hallway, trying to ignore the stares from a group of girls standing near the lockers. "Hey, look! The charity case showed up," sneered Brittany, the self-proclaimed queen of the school. Her perfectly curled hair, shiny lip gloss, and smug tone made her the kind of girl others either feared or followed. Emma's heart raced. She didn't reply, just tried to keep walking. But Brittany stepped right into her path. "You gonna say something, new girl?" Behind her, two of her friends, Kayla and Megan, snickered cruelly. "Look at her dress! Did your grandma make that for you?" Emma tried to stay calm. "Please, just let me go to class," she whispered. But Brittany wasn't done. "Not until you learn your place." Before Emma could react, Brittany grabbed the edge of her dress and yanked hard. The sound of fabric tearing split the air like a gunshot. Gasps erupted from the hallway. Emma's books hit the floor as she froze, staring in horror at the ripped fabric hanging from her shoulder. Her face burned with humiliation, tears threatening to spill. "Oops," Brittany said mockingly. "Wes, you should buy better clothes." Laughter erupted again. Dozens of students stood watching, phones out, recording every second. Emma's hands trembled. For a moment she wanted to run, to hide. But then something inside her shifted. A voice from her past echoed in her mind, her father's calm, steady tone. "Emma," he used to say during training, "strength isn't about hurting others. It's about knowing when to stand tall." Her father, a martial arts instructor, had spent years teaching her discipline, control, and self-respect. She'd promised herself never to fight again after he passed away 2 years ago. But standing there, surrounded by cruel laughter and flashing cameras, she realized this wasn't about fighting. It was about self-worth. Emma slowly straightened up, her teary eyes hardening with resolve. The hallway quieted as she met Brittany's smirk with a look so steady it made the bully falter. "You shouldn't have done that," Emma said quietly. Brittany rolled her eyes. "Oh, please, what are you gonna do, cry?" She didn't get to finish. In a flash, Emma's hand moved with precision and speed born of countless hours of training. A single karate chop landed on Brittany's wrist, knocking her backward into her locker with a metallic clang. Gasps exploded around them as Brittany stumbled, shocked and speechless. Kayla lunged forward, but Emma sidestepped smoothly, guiding her arm away with a controlled twist that sent Kayla spinning. Megan froze in place, wide-eyed. Emma didn't strike again. She didn't have to. The message was clear. The hallway fell silent. No laughter, no mocking, just stunned disbelief. Emma's torn dress swayed slightly as she picked up her books, her calmness more intimidating than any punch could have been. She looked around at the crowd, at the phones still recording, and said softly, "You can post it. But remember, you just filmed what courage looks like." She walked away, chin high, leaving her bullies speechless in a sea of regret and shame. By lunchtime, the video had spread across the school like wildfire. Everyone had seen it. Emma's calm defiance, her skill, and the way she refused to be broken. Some students whispered admiration, others avoided her, afraid of what she could do. But Emma didn't care about fame or fear. She just wanted peace. Yet peace rarely comes that easily. After school, Brittany cornered her behind the gym with a bruised ego and a dangerous smirk. "You think you humiliated me? You just made the biggest mistake of your life," she hissed. Emma's voice was calm. "I didn't want to fight. But I won't let you treat people like that." Brittany shoved her against the wall, rage burning in her eyes. "You think you're some kind of hero." Before Emma could reply, Coach Miller, who'd seen the whole thing from across the field, stepped in. Enough, girls. His voice was stern, but his eyes softened when he looked at Emma. I saw what happened this morning. You defended yourself with control, not aggression. That's rare. Brittany turned pale. She attacked me. No, he interrupted firmly. You attacked her first. And you're lucky she knows how to stop without hurting someone. The principal got involved. Brittany was suspended for harassment. Emma, though shaken, became an unexpected symbol of quiet strength. Students started talking about bullying in a way they never had before. Even those who'd laughed that morning felt guilty now, realizing how cruel they'd been. Days later, Brittany approached Emma in the courtyard. No cameras, no crowd. Just shame in her eyes. I'm sorry, she muttered, barely audible. Emma studied her for a moment, then nodded. I forgive you. But don't apologize to me. Apologize to the next person you think about hurting. That day, Emma wasn't just the shy new girl anymore. She was the girl who proved that courage doesn't come from strength. It comes from standing up when the world expects you to stay down. And as she walked home, the afternoon sun warming her shoulders, she felt her father's words echo again in her heart. Stand tall, Emma. Always. The video would continue to inspire others for months, then years. But for Emma, the true victory wasn't in the views or the fame. It was in the moment she chose dignity over fear and turned her pain into power.